May 27th. I'm at work on a lunch break, but I'm fucking stressed out. James is flipping out. He won't talk to me. There's no communication about when I can go back and get my stuff. Nothing makes sense. He keeps accusing me of shit I didn't do, that I can't defend. I have no pull, no say, no nothing. Showed up at the Airbnb today. Of course, he didn't say anything to me. He just took pictures and started texting me and blowing up my phone about me being with Robert Frost and, like, splitting money. Like, shit that just doesn't even fucking make sense. Telling me that the Airbnb is Robert Frost's house and I'm such a liar and a con woman and disgusting and all sorts of things, and just, like, blew out my whole fucking system. I was late to work. Like, this job is totally in jeopardy. And it's just crazy. But there's all this shit I'm not allowed to talk about or know or whatever the fuck. But it's just insane because there's no reason I need to be in this situation. Like, it doesn't have to be this insane. It really doesn't. But it's the same fucking shit over and over again. And also, can people please explain to me why the same things are happening? Like, people in my life that don't make plans with me, they communicate together despite my request of being like, don't talk to each other without me, do not do that. But for people that care about me and say that they're there to help me, but they cannot honor simple requests like, don't surprise me, surprise visit me, pop up with some fucking crazy shit, don't talk about me behind my back or make plans behind my back. And I've got Sarah, my friend, who's still in contact with my mother, which is a major no-no for me, who cannot be nice to me, who does not check in on me. Yes, she sent me some texts this year, but never asking me questions, nothing. However, she's talking to my partner. I saw the text messages log. They're not talking nice about me. It's like two people that don't like another person. That's what the text message history is like. And she's asking to help him behind the scenes. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's confusing. It's confusing because if it's about me, then why don't you guys let me in on the conversation? So I've got a little clip from Hayes Mansion when we were at the hotel, and this is before all the crazy shit happened with Sarah and James. And it's weird because, well, we'll hear it for ourselves. It's just a little clip. She's not calling me. She's not texting me. She's not hitting me up on Facebook. But I hear her ask James if they should put out a missing persons, which is interesting because they could have done that at any point. At any point. So why now? And why without actually trying to see where I am? And at the moment, I'm with James. But I had been on the streets for a while. And again, are they coming to get me when I'm, like, begging for help? Do I call them when I'm in danger? Do they come get me? Sometimes. But 98% of the time, no. So how much do they really care? And how much do they know? Because even just listening to their conversation, I was hearing things I didn't know for the first time.
So I understand that your feelings are not mutual, and that's fine. But that's why I asked you. Because I don't think that you intend to bring any harm to Rita. Okay, well, I will let you go, James. Sorry for interrupting your day.
All right, well, I tell you, I wouldn't be worried at this juncture. Thankfully, I could give you a little bit of, no respite from that. Like you said, you have your much longer experience with Rita, but I only know my 8 months, and that says, 3 days is not a point where I would even start to worry. I wouldn't even start to wonder if like 4 or 5 days.
At this point is because the cell phone that you have provided is going straight to voicemail, which means it's not on and not charged.
No. I don't know if that's true because it's been going. See, the thing is, it's been going to voicemail forever. But I told you I can see the usage log and it's being used. So I don't know. I don't think that's accurate. Like I've said to you before, I can see more than you can, and I know that I can't. I've been unsuccessful at calling her or leaving a voicemail, but the phone's being used because that's what the Facebook videos are being uploaded from. So the phone's working.
And they can call me if they want.
I know that. So I wouldn't judge, and I think you and I have had a back and forth on this. I don't think we came to an agreement, but
Oh, you have?
like Rhea's availability love Rhea, and we talked about this before. Like, I have no expectation of being able to call Rhea like you called me and I answered at all. And this has been for a long time. It's just baked in. Like, you don't call Rhea and get an answer. And that's just so if I don't get an answer, I don't make it to mean anything. And I can tell you as the person who is paying for the phone, it's working and being used. So she's not without a phone. And so...
Are you able to confirm the last time it was used?
Unfortunately, one, I'm not near a computer, but also those logs are incomplete and delayed. So they're historical, like it's not real-time information and it doesn't show everything. So it just generally shows me whether the phone is being used or not. But so I can, I can see like the daily data usage. So I'm pretty certain that the Facebook videos are being uploaded from that phone. And so, that's the pulse that I'm monitoring. So I see Facebook videos and I know that they're...
was that I haven't seen anything uploaded since Friday. I could be wrong, maybe in the time in which I texted you.
Well, I'll say this, like I'll tell you this, like when I see Rhea and she's out in the storm,
in hell,
she's been going through a series of
attacks.
Fuck shit, as she would say in her life, whether you see her getting robbed at the social services or all the things that she's been going through that you can see on Facebook. When she goes dark for 3 days, I'm usually happy about it because if there's either one of two things, right? Like she's dead, but I know she's not because she's using the phone, so I'm not worried about that. And it generally means to me that she's safe and actually resting, and that she's not in the storm. So when I see phone usage and no 911 videos, I'm actually feeling
better,
optimistic. So
yeah,
that's just a different perspective. If it went on for a week, then I might start to worry. But the pattern is like she'll be out in the storm and one place to another, and one
crisis,
terrible thing to another.
Yeah, one horrible thing.
She'll go, like you're saying, 3 days. I hadn't been saying there was tension, but 3 days blacked out, and it's certainly recently that usually happens. It tells me that she's not in danger. She is probably sleeping around the
cool. She's polite with him. Apparently she is checking my Facebook, but she's not talking to me about it. They seem to know my habits and my patterns. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad when I'm posting a bunch of videos every day because I got to keep my phone on and my video on just because I don't want anything to happen. And he knows that, and she knows that. And she also knows that he has access to my phone and can track me, but way more than what was discussed because I share my accounts with him. So he has access to everything, meaning he can see who I'm texting, what I'm texting them, who I'm calling, when I'm calling them, when I'm going live on Facebook. He has my Facebook accounts. Like, it's all monitored. It's all monitored and in real time. Like, as I send text messages or as I call people, it shows up in the log as if it was my phone. It's basically my phone on his computer. And he does know. And they do know. And he's right. When I'm not making a bunch of videos after, like, a fucking shitstorm of attacks, harassments, and fucking dangerous situations where I'm asking for help, it means that I'm sleeping somewhere. But why are you talking about it? Why do you care? Why does it matter? And why are you not talking to Rhea about it? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm right there in the hotel. Yes, I'm safe right there in that moment, that day. But then what happens? What happens when we leave that hotel? Same shit. Fights start at the end. It's crazy, it's chaos, it's catastrophe. James and I are at odds for some fucking retarded reason. And then Sarah avails herself to help me, so I have to take it. Sarah shows up and then she pulls the same bullshit. Fuck this, da-da-da-da, attitude, like getting almost physical with me, like she wants to fight me. And she can calmly and politely talk to James, and James is recording us arguing. And none of this makes fucking sense to me. Because neither of them can be nice to me in this moment. And then they go behind the car and they talk. And I'm literally saying, like, what the fuck, y'all? Could you include me? Do I get to be part of this? No, I don't. So then Sarah throws all my shit out of her car. She's not going to give me a ride to social services. And James offers to get me into an SLE if I go right now. And I need a fucking break. It's been really intense. Like, it's been very, very bad day with him and with Sarah. And this is right after the anniversary of my father's passing and my grandfather's passing. And so I'm not in the mood for like another fucking retarded experience. And that's what is happening. But sure enough, I don't get that choice because right away, James just calls Natalie and puts her on speakerphone. So I've got to talk to her. And she's calming me down and she's telling me what's happening and, you know, not to get in my way, and we'll find an SLE, and that's what's going to happen right now. They're going to book me an Airbnb. I'm going to stay there and they're going to get me an SLE. So fine, fuck what I want and I'll take the offer, right? But it doesn't make sense because it's like James doesn't even fucking like me. He's being like so mean, so cold, won't look at me, just total attitude. It just, the two things don't go together, and I don't even know, like, where did you go? You know, where did the loving boyfriend that I had yesterday go? But again, they don't come and stay with me in the middle of the night. They don't come to my rescue or aid when I leave 911 videos. And Sarah makes it a point to say that she doesn't watch or use Facebook. But if you're concerned, right, and you're not just covering your tracks, then why would you go out of your way not to check? That's where it all is. All of it is there. Everything that you need to fucking know. If you want to find her, also try calling her. Ask her that information. And maybe when you pick her up and you do help her, you don't fucking leave her stranded somewhere and call her names and accuse her of shit and treat her like shit. Maybe that. Because it sure doesn't feel good to her. To me. Maybe don't talk to her fucking mom in front of her. Maybe don't disrespect her by telling her she doesn't have the right to talk about her brother when she thinks he's dead, because people are making her believe that he's dead. Maybe don't talk to her boyfriend behind her back. Maybe that. But you're here to help? How? And James, you love me? Then why do you keep doing the same shit too? Why? To my face, am I your girlfriend? And you're here to help. But you never come when I beg you to. And you never look for me. And you never come to calm me down. And you don't defend me. And you don't honor my little requests. Don't talk to my friends. You know, don't show up unannounced. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Don't defend my abusers. You offer me safety. Then you make something up. And you rip it away and throw me out again. And you have access to my entire life. My entire life. Which you could easily destroy. Easily. You have all the power. And so here we are again. I was at an SLE. And you and Nat came back and begged me to come back. I told you it was going to compromise my spot. And I didn't want to burn the bridge. I had my own storage at one point. And you and Nat went to storage with me and got my stuff so I could bring it back to the house. It didn't have to be there. You know I have PTSD. And I start to yell when I get triggered. And that's always the reason. And it doesn't matter what happens or what makes it happen. I get no say. And if I don't do what you want, you just lock me out. Shut off the credit card and go. Yeah, you know I'll make videos. And you'll show up whenever you want. Whether or not I ask you to. But when I ask you to stay, you don't stay. And how many times have you just come and fought me, or judged me, or picked apart the things that I was going through at the moment, just watching, knowing everything, all my details, where I am, who I'm with. I mean, for God's sake, Richard Cirillo date raped me, and you sent me his rap sheet, but he was just a stranger. How did you figure out it was him? And why did you just send me his rap sheet so I'd know how dangerous he was without thinking to come get me? So this time, can I trust? Can I trust that you're not going to lie on me and have Natalie back you up? Will you talk to me? Are you going to withhold my things and throw them away? Like when we first met. Are you going to show up at my location whenever you want? Are you going to call me every name? And paint me some fucking villain? Or are you going to be my friend? Or my boyfriend? Because right now you're acting more like my enemy. And I'm scared.